Hey y'all, welcome back in. Your second edition of 2023. So welcome into your Canna Yoga session. Find a comfortable seat. Let's come together for a moment. Let's be together for a moment. So again, I'm working with a little bit of new audio equipment. So if there's any issues, let me know. So getting started today a little bit late. I was trying to wait for one more person to come in, but it's gonna be all right. It's 4:20 here, so happy 4:20. With that being said, let's just take a moment to partake together. We'll take 3 hits and just take them with intention. What is it that you need out of your practice today? So as we inhale, we start with our dry hit, taking a taste of those terpenes before we ignite. Yum. I'm smoking on some homegrown, some stuff we actually grew between our roses last year, and it tastes pretty good. So one more of those guys. Yum. Okay, so taking your lighter. Hopefully you have some hemp wick. I need to get my hemp wick lighter into here so I can share that with you as well. But we'll start today just by igniting. Inhale in, hold it for a moment with your intention. And exhale, let it go. Tasting those terpenes now that they've been cooked a little bit, smelling the aroma in the air, taking a few breaths in through the nose. And smiling, softening the jaw, sitting up a little taller, feeling how the cannabis expands in your lungs. Taking another hit here together. So grab your lighter, grab your device. Inhale. And exhale, letting it go. Starting to already notice how the cannabis is changing the sensation in your body. Taking a moment here to smile, lick your lips. Maybe even grab a sip of water if it's at hand. We'll take another moment here after this next hit. So if you're not quite ready, no worries. Coming back to that intention, what is it that you desire? What is it that you're working on? What is it that we can help you with today? Using our next breath together, bring your device up and your lighter. Inhaling in. And exhaling together. Now you can place your device down, or maybe you continue here for a few more moments. You can even pause this video if you're not watching it in real time, and just allow yourself a few moments to partake in the cannabis. It's always nice to create a little ritual around our intake, right? So it's really important that you allow that to blossom for you, and whatever that looks like as we move through our practice together. So maybe before each class, you decide you're going to partake in something a little bit more before you bring it in, before you come into this space. I usually do. And then taking those 3 hits together is really just like us connecting, right? Us coming together, us being together in that moment. So allow your shoulders to drop back and down, maybe sit up a little more tall. Allow the crown of the head to start reaching toward the sky. And maybe you feel yourself kind of rock back and center a little bit. That's okay. Just reposition yourself. Think about that sternum to belly connection. So bottom of the rib cage peels toward the belly, creating that corseting sensation and protecting the spine. And notice how it just makes you sit up nice and tall, right? Just reaching the crown of the head to the sky. Now you can take the hands in the lap, left hand down, right hand on top. I like to bring the thumbs to touch. This is a mudra that helps create a little more focus. Now coming back to your intention for just another moment, just reconnecting with whatever it is that you wanted to set in that intention. So maybe it's something grand you're working on and you wanted to really signify, maybe it's a physical thing, maybe it's money, maybe it's power, maybe it's love, whatever it is, right? It doesn't matter what it is. I want you to just really focus on that intention and know a couple of things about our intention. First is we don't get to decide when it happens, and we don't get to decide how it happens. We do get to decide exactly what it is that happens. So when we get real specific about that element of what it is we desire, It'll be super recognizable when it starts to come into your field later. Be patient, have faith, right? That's the biggest thing for me. My work for 2023 is faith, right? In knowing, faith in trusting, holding that faith. Good. Bring your both hands to your heart. You can place them on top of one another or together in prayer. You decide. Just allowing the chin to come to the chest, just locking in that intention, knowing that the universe is already doing the work for us. Take a moment to lick those lips, smile, and then reach over. Hopefully you have some water nearby. If not, pause for a moment, go grab some. We're going to drink a little bit of this life-giving energy together. Good. Maybe allow it to swish around in your mouth a little bit. Taste it. Anytime we're doing our Canna Yoga, I want you to make sure that you have some water nearby. It's really important for us to have water on hand. That way we can hydrate, right? Cannabis has a tendency to make us dry out a little bit. So we want to make sure that we're staying hydrated even during our yoga practice. Okay? Even if it's not part of your current practice in yoga, when we add cannabis, please make sure to at least hydrate at the beginning and end if you're not taking a couple of sips throughout. It's okay. Nice. So if you need more, go ahead and pause the video, go ahead and partake in more. Otherwise, we're going to roll it onto our hands and knees and find that spinal flexion, that cap. Okay, so once you get on your knees here, I want you to look between those knees. Maybe you take your fists side by side, place them between the knees here, find that stacking, find that nice foundation, and then bring your hands underneath your wrists. Allow your hands to come out about 1 hand length longer. We usually tend to think our tabletop is a little squished in here. If we can start to get a little length through the spine, when we start to press through our toenails and activate those legs, then those hips are right over those knees, and we can extend our tailbone long and start to reach the crown of the head forward. Now, squeeze those hands like you're holding onto those jar lids. And on the inhale, I want your tailbone to rise, belly to drop, chest comes forward, peel it between your shoulder blades, and maybe the eye gaze comes forward to start. Even here, we want to think about that sternum to belly connection so we can really protect that spine. On your exhale, tuck the tailbone, belly button in, press away from those hands, chin to chest, squeeze it all in. Press down through those toenails behind you. Keep activating here. I know it's a lot to take in, but just keep moving through those movements. And when you hear it, do it, right? Activate and stimulate. On the inhale, tailbone rises, belly drops. Press through those palms to look forward. Press that collarbone between the shoulder blades. Soften your jaw. And then push away. Toenails, tailbone tucks, chin to chest last. Pushing into those hands, into those toes. Inhale, tailbone lifts, belly drops, chest forward, eye gaze up. And last time we curl it out, start with that tailbone, round it out, chin to chest, let something go here, and release. Nice. We're going to bring our big toes to touch and send the knees nice and wide here. Start to press back through the heels and sink your booty down. On the inhale, walk your hands a little farther forward and then peel yourself up. So a little modified of this cat-cow. So inhale to look up, and then we twist it out, push it back. I shouldn't say twist it out, but round it out and push it back. Forehead into the mat, soften your jaw. Inhale, belly drops, pull yourself forward, pressing that chest forward, eye gaze up. And exhale, round the tailbone, squeeze the belly button in, chin to chest, sink it back. Good, so just really getting some more depth here. Inhale, belly drops, tailbone rises, chest forward, look up, and round it out. Make sure you're holding that sternum to belly connection so you can keep a nice soft clench here in the belly. And peel it forward, inhale, look up. And exhale, bring that spine to neutral. Bring your knees back underneath you. Start to curl onto your toes and lift those knees to hover. Start to find a little strength in your hands. Keep your tailbone hovering over those knees and reaching back behind you. Now start to press into those palms, squeezing into that spider grip, and push your belly into your thighs. Then lift your hips up to the sky. Find your first downward facing dog here. I want you to start to pedal it out. Bend one knee and then the other.
Straightening that opposite leg so you can feel the length and strength in through that hip. Just a couple more here, maybe stopping and pushing away, reaching those heels down to the mat, squeezing into your spider grip, and shake that head no. Now nod it yes. Letting go of something here. Nice job. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step it forward and see if you can drop it underneath your heart. Okay, so we're not going all the way in between the hands. It's right under the heart. Then we press out of our standing foot, that foot underneath the heart, and lift your left leg. See how much you can lift through this right standing leg. Hands kind of stay where they are. You can come under the fingertips if you want to lift off a little bit more, but we all want to bend the elbows toward that mat so we can really lengthen this right leg and lift through the left inner thigh. So we aren't opening up our hip here, but rather squaring that left hip down by reaching those left toes down toward the mat. Soften your jaw, shake your head no. And exhale, step your foot back down to that downward dog position. Peel your right knee in towards your chest and kick it back. Find a plank here. So shift that body weight forward and hold, squeezing into your spider grip. Kick your tailbone, I should say kick your heels back, squeeze your tailbone. Nice job. Now lift your hips up to the sky. Find that downward dog. Shake your head no. Let go of anything that's come up. It's all right. And smile, nod it yes. Know that you are worthy. Nice job. Inhale, lift the left leg. Here we go. Exhale, swim it underneath you. Squeeze it in tight to the chest and then drop it down underneath your heart. Good. Start to press into all four corners of that foot. Push out of that leg to lift your back leg up. Now the tendency is going to want to be to roll out that hip. I want you to drop that right hip down toward the mat as you're reaching that right leg from the right inner thigh. As you're reaching nice and long, flex that right foot. Push through that standing leg. See if you can find a little more reach with that left leg. You want to feel this all the way into that left hip, feeling it through that right thigh. Maybe the hands come onto the fingertips here, and then let the crown of the head hang heavy. Let that head drop and lift that right leg up a little higher. Release it back and down on an exhale. Find your downward facing dog, peeling that left knee back in and pushing back to the sky. Inhale, ripple forward. Pull your belly button in. Find your plank. Squeeze that tailbone. Exhale, shift it back. Find your downward facing dog. Shake your head no. And nod it yes. Nice job. Inhale. Lift the right leg up. This time we're going all the way up and through. So peel it into your chest like you're a flamingo and then push off those back toes. That's going to be what helps you kick that right foot in between those hands. Now, once you find them between those hands, I want you to push off, lift off, and find a standing split here, flexing that left foot. So we just went a little farther this time. Next time, I should say, when we go to drop it back down, we're going to take it even farther back to find that downward facing dog, right? So hands are out here in front. We're pushing through that standing leg. Don't sink down as much as you can. We want to push out of that leg and lift off. Then we turn those left toes down and lift from the inside of that left thigh. Yes, already feeling the fire through those limbs. Now let the crown of the head hang heavy. Smile. And set that left foot back down, way back. Find the back of your mat. Frame the foot. Peel the right knee into the chest and kick it back to find your plank. Hold here, squeezing the tailbone in, finding that spider grip in your hands. So really making that grip like you're holding onto the lid of a jar. Then kick back through your heels, tuck your shoulder blades, your collarbone between your shoulder blades. Nice, I guess I got a little stone on that one, huh? Nice, kick your butt up to the sky. Find that downward facing dog. Shake your head no. Squeeze into that grip and lift those hips a little higher as you nod it. Yes, sigh it out. Ah, nice work. So lift that left leg high to the sky. Now bring it into the chest like you're a flamingo. Bring that left heel in toward your booty and come high on your back toes. Maybe you shift that body weight all the way forward so you can kick that left foot in between the hands. You'll have to make little adjustments. It's okay. Get yourself there. Nice. Now press off and lift onto that standing leg, that front left leg, and really start to flex your right foot down, lifting and pushing out of that standing leg, allowing the fingertips to come find the mat, and allow the forehead to release it down. The forehead releasing down helps us to fold a little deeper. Now think about squeezing an imaginary block between your thighs here. Notice how it changes the stretch. You should really be feeling the fire in that standing leg. Release those toes, don't clench through the toes here, and keep kicking that right leg back behind you. You can bend through the left knee as much as you need, but I really want the pressure coming out of the sole of that foot. Smile. Good. Exhale, step it back, way back. Maybe you give it an extra little hop to get it way back. Then sink those hips down, find the hands into the mat, squeeze and push away. Then peel that left knee, left heel toward your body and kick it back, find that plank. Nice job. Drop down to the knees, keep your toes curled. Pull your chest between your shoulder blades and bend at the elbows. Find your chest and chin and then your belly into the mat. Tops of the toes. Inhale, lift up. Finding that baby cobra, hands should be able to lift off here. Exhale, soften the chin toward the mat. Nice job. Hands underneath that nipple area. Roll onto your toes. Press up, power up, shift it back. Find your child's pose. Forehead into the mat. Let something go here. Breathing into it. I'm going to grab a sip of water and adjust my bones. Making sure that if you need to take an opportunity to grab a smoke or grab a drink of water, feel free to go ahead and do that anytime. You can even pause the video for a moment if you want. This is your practice. I'm here for you, okay? Nice. Start to release those hands, walk them forward, shifting that body weight forward, coming into that the knees and hands here. Walk your hands out, a couple of hand lengths. Get a little exaggerated here. Now keep walking them out until it becomes a little bit uncomfortable. But I want you to keep your hips over your heels. So really press through your toes. You can even bring the big toes to touch if that feels more stable. And then drop down through your elbows. Good. Now reach your booty up to the sky and walk your hands forward, releasing the chest down just a little bit more. So maybe you're like me and the shoulders are a little tight today. It's okay if the belly doesn't touch the mat just yet, okay? This is playful puppy. This is the supposedly easier version of downward facing dog. So it is giving us slightly few different muscle groups. Maybe you allow your forehead to come down to soften. Breathe. When I first started, my playful puppy was way up here. It was really intense for me to do playful puppy, and now I've gained a little bit more flexibility in my shoulders, and it's allowed me to really start to find that strength in this pose. Good. Inhale, come up and shift your body weight forward. Find that belly. Lift up, this time into a Sphinx pose, feeling the chest forward, feeling those biceps back behind you. Really tug through those elbows, tear them out apart, and look forward. Try not to kink the neck here. So if you come up really far here and you start to feel a strain in the back of your neck, just drop the eye gaze out in front instead. And then keep breathing here. We're going to stay here for a few moments. You're going to start to press through those toenails behind you to lengthen those legs, maybe even lift the thighs off the mat for a moment. And then press that pelvis in toward the mat, lifting your eye gaze and feeling that nice stretch, not only on the low spine here, but through the pelvic floor as you breathe. You're massaging those insides from the inside out. And then you're feeling that chest peel forward. Even here, you guys, I want you to start to peel the sternum towards your belly button, okay? There's a slight movement that's happening here that's allowing you to feel the strength and feel the depth of the stretch without injuring your spine. Good. Take a big breath and soften to release. Let the elbows go wide. Allow the chin or forehead to come to the mat. Just breathe here. Maybe bring those feet up toward the sky. You can rock those feet side to side, windshield wiper here. This will create a nice softening through the pelvic floor. Smile and breathe. Do more deep breaths like that, in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth, maybe making a sigh. Nice work. Walk your hands, thumbs come underneath the nipple area, and you're gonna peel your shoulders back, peel those elbows back like you're a grasshopper. Okay, then curl onto your toes, press it up, lift it up, booty comes up, and shift it back. Find that downward facing dog. Shake your head no, press evenly between those hands, and nod it yes, always ending on a positive note. Nice job. Let's move through a little warrior series together. Inhale, lift that right leg up, swim it forward up and through. As you exhale, drop it in between those hands, starting to find this nice long lunge on this opposite side, right foot out in front. Good, drop down to the left knee and then curl onto your back toes, lift back up. I want you to find balance here. You should be able to come off the hands. Then bring your hands to your hips and peel that body up. Nice job. Inhale to reach the arms up and squeeze an imaginary block between your thighs. Smile. Yes, holding the foundation. Sink it down a little further. Try and get that right knee over that right ankle. And then open it up. So the left foot, your back foot, comes parallel with the back edge of the mat. So line that pinky toe up with that back edge. Good. Now make sure this right knee starts to sink over that right ankle and open up here by peeling those shoulders back and open. Turn those palms up to the sky. You can get the shoulders to come together just a little bit more, and then turn the palms down. Look past your right fingertips. Warrior two. Think about tucking this pelvic floor up and under. Excuse me. Think about the sternum to belly connect. A little dry out here today. Good. Reach the left arm back. Inhale the right arm up. Reversing our warrior. So you can take this left arm behind you and tuck it behind your right hip. Maybe you can even grab for the right inner thigh. You decide where you're at in your practice, but make sure you're sinking it down, finding the openness through the inner thighs. Good. Look up at the right thumb. See if you can find that crescent moon in the thumbnail. And unwind on your exhale, warrior two. Drop that right arm down and swing the left arm up. As that left arm reaches up to the sky, open your twist, really reaching the chest toward the left. Frankie, come here. Unwind. Drop it down. Kick your right foot back. Let me pause. All right. Let's see if we can try this again. Sorry about that, y'all. So we're in our warrior two. We're in that side angle. Now turn it down. Good. So bring that foot back and find a plank. We'll all meet here since I know we're all in different places now. Sorry about that. Shift your tailbone back, peel your heels back and pull your chest forward. Nice job. Good. Release those knees down. Take a moment here. Sink hips to heels, reaching those fingertips out. Smile and breathe. Frankie's definitely an excitable one. He always brings some excitement into the room. That's why we've had to kind of block him out these past few classes. We'll need to do a little more training. Shift it forward. Find your palms. Nice job. Walk those hands forward. We want them a little farther than is comfortable. Curl onto your toes and start to lift those hips. Find a nice long dog. Take your feet out about hips distance apart. Shimmy your head no, and nod it yes, and on that positive note. Nice job. Inhale, lift the left leg up. And exhale, swing it forward, up and through. Kick that foot in between the hands. It's really about pulling that leg in toward the body and getting it out of the way. And then you do a little manipulation to kick it up and in, right? So we all have our own way of getting there. As long as you find it here, there's no shame in the game, okay? So knee over that left ankle, and you want to work to get the left thigh parallel with the mat. We want to start to reach those toes back, but we want to find a little balance here. So you should be able to take your hands off the mat and bring them to the hips. Then press through that left toe, peel back through that right heel, and find your nice standing pose. Good. Maybe you reach those arms up to the sky for your warrior one. Eye gaze out in front. Breathe. Squeeze that imaginary block between your thighs. Nice job. For a challenge, you can look up to the sky. And then look back down at that drishti gaze in front. Windmill it open, right foot turns open to be parallel with the back edge of the mat. We sink it down so that left knee is over that left ankle. We're opening it up here. We're feeling the openness through the thighs. So make sure your left knee isn't turning out too far or turning in too far. So what I mean by that is sometimes we have a tendency to be leaning it out here, right? Bring it in, knee over that ankle. Don't take it too far in though. Right there. You'll see the stack. Okay? Nice. So inhale, those arms open. Think about tucking in that pelvic floor. Think about that sternum to belly connection, and then peel the shoulders back down behind you. With the palms up, we can really tuck those shoulder blades back and sink it down. Then turn those palms over and reach that eye gaze past those left fingertips. Smile here. Maybe say to yourself, I am a strong warrior. Feeling the nice edge of that foot active here on that back leg. And then reverse it on the inhale, left arm up. Right hand can just dangle here on this right leg, or you can swim it around behind you to open that chest a little bit more. Remember to tuck in that pelvic floor and sink it down a little more. Maybe look to that left thumb, find the crescent moon here. Breathe.